Welcome to Tap the Good Spiritual Counseling and Transformational Coaching Services. I am your host, Dr. Jacinta Mpali Nkana. In this session today, I'm going to take you through a counseling session where you're going to let go of all those negative emotions and perceptions that you have believed to be true if you are living in a toxic environment, if you're working in a toxic environment, if you're in a relationship with someone who is toxic. Now please note, this session is not for you if you are dealing with somebody who is physically abusive. That is another session. That is something that you have to take upon yourself and seek for help. Get out of that place, get out of that area, seek authorities, and then come back here and deal with your emotions about what happened. So for today, I'm only helping you if you are dealing with negative emotions or perceptions because you're living with somebody who is toxic and they are not really physically hurting you, but they are hurting you emotionally. Now, the first thing that I can tell you is that behavior is the projection of our conditioning, our memories, the stories that are running at the back of our minds and our conditioning. Behavior is projection. It's coming from our inner world. It's how we know how to live. So anyone's behavior has absolutely nothing to do with you. It doesn't matter how they could convince you or what reasons they give you. Just know that behavior is projection of someone's inner world, and also your behavior or perceiving their behavior is also your own behavior. Your perceiving behavior, your habit of perception. You learned how to perceive their behavior the way you perceive it. You learned that when they speak a certain way, or when they talk to you in a certain tone, or when they tell you, when they speak to you using certain words, you also learned that those are negative. You learned to conclude that that is negative. So your perception is your knowledge. That's how you know how to perceive, how to respond or to react to other people's behavior. So with that said, you realize that your own perceptions, your reactions and responses to other people's behavior is also your own making, your own behavior, your own choice, or your own subconscious projection. It's the rays of what is coming out of your conditioning. Just like the sun, the rays of the sun. If there is no sun, there are no rays of the sun. So if there is no conditioning, if there are no stories running at the back of your mind, you will not perceive what you perceive the way you perceive it. So your perceptions are sourced on your own conditioning. They are rooted in your own inner world and your own subconscious beliefs. So that already should give you some sort of relief to know that you have power, the power of choice, to choose to start letting go of the habit of perceiving other people's behavior as negative. And even if you perceive it as negative, the idea is to start observing your emotions, the emotions that are triggered by your own perceptions, and letting them be as you be. Now, there are a few steps to that. You could decide to let them go, but letting go sometimes is not easy. You are doing work, but if you learn how to let be and be, that is where the power is. Literally, you do nothing. You just observe whatever is popping up in your mind, all that anger, all that fear, all that sadness. You let it pop up and you give it nothing. Remember that what you give it is what it takes. The life that your negative emotions have is the attention that you give to them. If you give them nothing, they will give you nothing. So it's like what you give your negative emotions is what they give back to you. The more attention you give to them, the more they reveal themselves in you. The more you believe them to be true, the more they harm you. So literally you're using your own powers against yourself. So the idea is to start observing those negative emotions. Literally you're retrieving your attention not just from what was done, from other people's behavior. You're retrieving it from their behavior. Then you're retrieving the attention from what you perceive their behavior to mean to you, from your meanings of your behavior, your interpretations and perceptions of the behavior. And now you're also retrieving your attention from how you feel about your perceptions about their behavior. So it all comes back to you. It narrows back to you, and you get to realize that it's literally up to you. And how you do it with Hooponopono, you can actually just sit still, and first of all, maybe you could write down all these negative emotions that you've accepted to be true. Maybe it's sadness, maybe it's anger, maybe it's regret, maybe it's fear, maybe it's rage. Whatever negative emotions are dwelling in your mind because of your perceptions about other people's behaviors, especially those you've concluded to be toxic. Whatever they have done, it doesn't matter what they've done, as long as they've not hurt you. If they've hurt you and they're in jail, if they're out of your, I told you in the beginning of this session that, say if someone physically abused you but they are no longer in your midst, then this session will help you. But if they are still hurting, if someone is still hitting you, then you should seek authorities, you should seek for help. But if you're just dealing with the emotions, then this is where you go within literally and start being and letting them be. That is emotional maturity. That is stepping into your power, which you already always are, and just be aware, because in reality you are the one who is aware. Without you, those emotions would not dwell in you. They would not be in you. There would be no emotions to dwell. Without you, your perceptions would not be. Without you, your conclusions would not be. At least they will not be yours. So you are before they are. You're like the ocean on which all these waves move, and without the ocean there are no waves. So the idea is to get back to your center, that center of power, where you know and remember that you're pure awareness, consciousness, incorruptible, unshakable, immovable, because you're the one who knows, you're the one who sees the world. And if you can get back, actually it's not getting back, if you can let go of your habits of believing otherwise, then you get back to your center of belief, center of bliss and peace. And consciousness is universal, it's infinite, and anything that is definite that you've defined cannot overwhelm consciousness. So if you drill in that space, in that place, as who you truly are, as pure awareness and consciousness in your infinite nature, nothing defined or definite can affect you. So in this Hooponopono session, we are just going to focus on the habit of even perceiving anything as negative, those negative bad habits of believing your emotions to be powerful and your perceptions to be true. So as you repeat the 4 Hooponopono statements, or just listen to them, just allow them to dissolve your negative behaviors. Now take a deep breath right here. Close your eyes Just listen or repeat after me. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Now take a deep breath right here. I'm sending you abundant love from my heart to yours. Peace and blessings.